Hello, everyone. This is going to be episode 12 of the Grand Reaper series. Welcome, everyone. This is Trevor Cross, aka Agbe Benipop. Uh, I'm not going to show my face today. I'm just going to go right to the comment. Got on the last video, episode 12. Okay, so the comment says, how do you differentiate between when something is a genuine accident or it being the product of karma? Also, despite wanting the best for fallen angels, is there redemption? At what point will their debt be paid? At what point will their debt be paid? Okay, I'll answer from personal experience. Um, an accident versus a genuine accident versus karma. There are no such thing as accidents. It doesn't exist. But with that said, people do quote unquote fall off the bandwagon once in a while because life is difficult. If you want to call that an accident, fine. But what I was told, my higher self, many, many, many years ago, was precisely that. There are no such things as accidents. So the light inside is aware of what the mind is doing, or is allowing the mind to do certain things. There, listen. So if you want to define from the human perspective, a genuine accident from a karmic debt that is being paid, I understand. Falling off the bandwagon once in a while because life is difficult or whatever. Okay, that's fine. Um, the way I look at it, the strategy that I use is actually quite simple to differentiate between karma and falling off the bandwagon or a genuine accident. I talk about this in the podcast. The strategy is one of the strategies is repetition. Repetition is the name of the game. Repetition is the name of the game. Repetition allows you to know if something is being repeated. When you look for repetitive things, it may not be the exact same thing occurring over and over. What you want to look for are patterns of big themes occurring. So, for example, violence could be verbal violence, it could be physical violence, it could be emotional violence. It all falls under the category of violence. So, when that person is repeating that over and over again, then it's no accident. So, you look for signs that show repetition. That's how I differentiate. And I am guilty of giving people chances, too many chances, but I'm learning to not real fast because I'm tired of getting sick, getting caught up in their bullshit game. Listen, people, the last part of the comment says also, despite wanting the best for fallen angels, is their redemption. Listen, love is not a choice. I talk about it in the podcast. And by the way, I'm no longer working with Jose Taxton. Um, I will update the podcast when the time comes. But in any case, fallen angels is their redemption. Love is not a choice. It just seems like it is a temporary choice. That temporary choice may last for billions and eons of years if you don't get your act together. Billions, millions, thousands of years. of suffering. So when source, the grand source, elements of the grand source steps in to help, it is for good reason. It is not because we have to. We don't have to do shit. Repeat that. Let me repeat that. We don't have to do shit to help fallen angels, to help those who are stuck in the karmic cycle. But believe you me, those of you who have some of your memory, goddamn, it can get really, really, really bad for people who are refusing to change. I've seen gods of gods helping so-called rulers of dimensions, destroyers of dimensions, a super dragon. Book 1, book 2. It was so bad. What I've seen, it was so bad. Even I, who is so freaking strict, I was like, oh, I did like a tick back. I was like, holy crap. I was in the midst of what I think was the AI extreme takeover in another realm. I stood literally just a couple of yards from a machine sucking in souls, and these souls could not escape. Some were at the border of the machine, desperately running for their lives. I don't know how many of them made it out. I don't, but this machine was shredding souls into bits and pieces. It wasn't it wasn't even bits and pieces. It was their light that was being shredded. How do you shred light? I was just literally a couple of yards from that. So basically, I was at the mouth of that machine, and that machine could not reel me in. But everybody else seemed to be reeled in because of my acceptance of love. Again, love is not weak, stupid, or blind. You will not get a pass. You will not get a pass unless you love. And that's the key. You change. When you change, well, then you have less to worry about. Yes, it can get really bad. It's gonna get really bad before the universe is completely over. I'm hearing noise. Return to sender. The bathroom. I gotta stop destroying this house. But in any case, the universe is not going to last forever. Fallen angels must be returned to source consciousness, the grand source consciousness outside of the universe. It's not a choice. So is there redemption? Absolutely. There is redemption. You will be dragged through the frequencies of pain if that's what is necessary. Frequency, dimension, the same thing. Some people get confused when I say that, frequency. But you'll be dragged if you refuse to change. The darker you are, the more painful it must be for you to be dragged through the frequencies back to source consciousness, which is outside of this universe. And I will be assisting with that. At what point will the debt be paid? The debt will be paid when people change, when people show improvement. The debt will be paid. You know when the debt is being paid. It's quite straightforward. Source consciousness, source speed.